And Bill McCune on the call as the Evansville Otters and the Washington Wild Things are set for the rubber match of this three-game series. First game, the Irishman Patty McGuff went 8 innings, 11 strikeouts, and a 4-1 win for the Otters. Last night was a completely different story, Bill. The Otters fell behind early, down 7-0, allowing 7 runs on 10 hits in the first 2 innings. And they started to come back, but they came back just too little too late. Game ran out in 8 innings, and the Otters lost by a score of 13-7. So, in the rubber match, we have Randy Wynn on the mound. And, Bill, what have you seen after these first 2 games of the series?
Well, there were 2 different ball games, as you see. Number one, last night. Let's take last night and digest that. Here we had Cronin, who was our leadoff hitter, and he got 3 hits. He played outstanding.
3 for 4.
He had a drag bunt, forced the second baseman to come in, and he beat it out. Then he hit a line drive down to third base and got himself a base hit. Plus, he got another base hit. And then you had Ryan Long. Ryan got a base hit his first time up and then ended up with a double. Then after that, we don't talk.
Right.
And that was the end of our hitting, more or less. I mean, JJ got a double, but outside of that, Keith got a single, and we were hitless.
Right.
And they were. Now we take them. And here you got Austin throws one pitch, bang, there's a base hit. Then he gets up, and next batter, and first pitch, bang, it's another hit. And then all of a sudden it's a fastball, and he misses, and then it's the next pitch, bang! and before you know it, there's 7 runs.
Right.
I mean, a lot of bangs.
That might be a drop going forward. Hopefully our engineer, Paul Mattingly, was able to record all that one. So, rubber match today. Randy Wynn on the mound. He's coming off the loss of the season. Gave up not only his first walk of the year, gave up 3 walks. He's got 25 strikeouts. And one of the things that the Otters have not done well is play well in the field. They lead the Frontier League in errors.
Really?
Yes, they have committed 18 errors, which is the most in the league. They have, if not the second to last fielding percentage out of all the teams in the Frontier League. So when speaking to manager Andy McCauley, I asked him about those mistakes. We'll listen to the interview shortly, but I think if they can clean up some of the mistakes, the offense can help out. The Otters are first in batting average, runs, home runs. They're third in on-base percentage. They are first in slugging percentage, and they are first in OPS, which is on-base plus slugging percentage. The Otters have a really good roster, and we've seen them all very well. And when they get rolling, oh boy, they can put up 8, 9, 10, 11. I've seen them put up 14 and 15 runs this year.
Well, overall, the Otters have a good team. They have had good teams, individuals who are standing. However, we've got a ball player that 1 minute he's on third base, the next minute he's in left field, and the next game he's in right field, next game he's catching, another game he's, you've got to be consistent. A ball player has to come to the ballpark and know what's going to be in the lineup, whether he's batting third or he's batting ninth. The fact is he's batting. He's going to be in the lineup. You can't go and you wait until that game card is posted and then look and say, oh, my goodness, I'm not playing. Well, there you go. You're dejected.
Right.
So, therefore, if you're called on later in the game, you kind of, I don't have my heart in it. But that's my...
No, that's fine. And I respect it. I think you offer a lot of knowledge, and I, as well as the rest of the listeners, really appreciate it.
Well, 60-some years in professional baseball as a player, as a manager, as a coach, mostly as a scout, over 40-some years scouting. And hitting the highlight of my career was scouting in the major leagues. You cannot believe how great that is. First-class hotels, first-class airfare, major league meal money.
All paid for, right?
All paid for. And all you got to do is give them a credit There's Kansas City Royals or San Diego Padres.
Oh, then it's all expensed, right?
Right. And then you turn around, you put your expense card in, and you just say, hey, I got 3 bags, and I had to pay those people in the hotel $3 a bag. Hey, there's $9.
Right. No. So I think we're glad Randy Wynn is on the mound today.
Oh, so am I.
He's looking to bounce back after his first loss. He gave up 6 runs. 5 of them were earned. Sadly, he suffered from an Otters error. Maselli was playing third base at the time. He's now playing right field today. We'll see how that goes. But he had a ground ball to third on a hop with the sun in his eyes. He tried to turn a double play, and he overthrew the ball over Keith Grieshaber's head. That allowed 2 runs to score, and the Rascals ended up getting a third, and that was the difference maker in the game. Randy then let up 2 more runs. But if that double play was turned, that game is completely shifted. The Otters then scored a home run to take what would have given them the lead in the game.
Well, now you mentioned that we lead the league in errors. You'd have to go back and check. You know, there's it's like a mental error and a physical error. Well, then with the other error is it a throwing error or a fielding error?
Right.
And I bet when you say we lead the league, I'm going to say most of them are throwing errors, not fielding errors, but throwing errors. Mm-hmm. And you know, you can make an error so quickly by, all right, you got a ground ball coming to you, and you fumble it, and you pick it up, and in your haste, you unload it, and of course it's a bad throw. Mm-hmm. Now last night, Castro, that was an easy pop fly, but he must have been thinking, you know, the wind must have taken it, put it that way.
That's right. Now, the key for me, and you might agree, Randy is successful when he gets the hitters in 2 strike counts quickly.
Yes. The 2 games I remember, you're right, as well as Patty, the Irishman, they're always ahead, having 2 strikes on the batter. That means you're in command. You know, you can throw one low and outside. You can throw the high one up around the neck, and hopefully the batter will go fishing. But they are in command rather than 3 balls or 3 and 1. That means, hey, I got to throw it down the middle.
Right. No, Randy likes getting the opposing hitters uncomfortable early. When he's got 2 strikes on the hitter early within the first 3 pitches, then he knows that he has him. Because from there, he can not only his arsenal of pitches, but he will keep them off balance. Right. He may go like fastball, change up, fastball, and then next thing you know, with 2 strikes, he may throw an off-speed pitch and get him swinging. The other thing I like about Randy is that sometimes he'll play mind games with the hitter. You know, hopefully we'll see, and I can point it out. But you know, when talking to him on the road trip, there are times where every pitcher has emotion, right? And the hitter times it where he gets the ball on the mound, kicks and fires, goes through the motion, right? He'll get the ball back from the catcher, kick and fire, go through the motion. There's sometimes where he'll just delay it. He'll wait like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
And that'll get the batter, you know, a little flustered, and then he'll try to throw it before the batter calls time. So that's one of the things I like, the baseball IQ part of how well Randy is as a baseball player.
Well, you know, let me tell you another secret. What you're talking about, I'll tell you another secret that I don't see it very much at all, but years ago we used to do it all the time. You're saying delay, make the pitcher, batter wait. Well, years ago we used to quick pitch.
Right.
And as soon as the pitcher got the ball back from the catcher, it was prearranged. Boom, he started throwing. The batter, you think of this. Well, hope so. Roger's here, and we got to say hello to Roger here.
How are you, Roger?
And anyway, what would happen is, and I'll guarantee you this, if you were the batter and I did this, I will bet you the ranch you're going to swing.
Okay.
And that is how you used to get so many batters. They see the ball, boom, they just quickly swing.
Right.
But you don't see that much at all.
All right, we're going to get the skipper, Andy McCauley, coming up next. You're listening to the pregame show of Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
Now let's go inside the clubhouse for today's one-on-one with the Evansville Otters.
Dave here with Otters skipper Andy McCauley. Andy, thank you for joining me. We're just a month into the season. What have you assessed of how the club is playing so far?
No, we're not where we want to be, but we're certainly in a better place than we could be. So it's hard to say. It's still too early. We know what we need to address. We need some people to really step up that haven't been, and we need some guys to stay where they're at. There's been good surprises and bad disappointments, but I like the team we have. I think we got the right pieces in place. We just got to get on the rope and win some close games. There's some games that we let slip. You win those 2-3 games there, and then we're in first place. So we're getting within a game and a half of first place. No one's really running away with it, which is a usual thing early on, which is good to see. There's a lot of parity in the league, and it's a testament to the managers, the other managers in the league, all doing good things, bringing good players to the league.
Speaking of mistakes, I think there have been a couple of those close games where if there wasn't a miscue here or there, probably Otters would have come out on top. How do we control and look to the next day and try to minimize the miscues?
Yeah, it's professional baseball, man. You can't dwell on a bad at-bat. You can't take a bad at-bat to the field with you, and you got to have a short-term memory. And, that's the thing. It's not so much the errors. We're really not doing a bad job defensively. It's more the walks, getting ourselves in trouble by not going at hitters, getting in hitters counts, 2-0, 3-1, and giving up the extra base hits instead of just the singles. So, that's been the thing that's plagued us the most, I think, and we have some good arms down there. They're just falling behind hitters, and you watch Randy win tonight, you watch Patrick McGuff pitch, and they're ahead. It's 0-1, 1-2. Really pitchers counts every time, and that's no wonder they have the success they do, because they attack hitters with their stuff, and we have guys with as good, if not better, stuff down in that bullpen, and they just have to buy in and trust their stuff and trust what we're doing.
Speaking of good stuff, I think one conclusion that is safe to make is that when this offense is rolling, I think it's unstoppable. What credit do you give from the offensive perspective of how well the team is at the plate and the potential it can get to?
We're not there yet. We're really not hitting as well as the numbers say, but a lot of the credit goes to Bobby Siegel. He's one of the first ones here and the last ones to leave. He spends the whole day down in the cage. These players don't know what they have, and a guy like Bobby with what he does and his work ethic. So a lot of credit goes to him. He's very unassuming and never accepts any praise. But without a doubt, Taylor Lane will attest to Bobby's diligence and his work ethic down there in the cage, and his approach and what he tries to teach as far as working counts and attacking counts. And I think Taylor bought into it, and as evidenced by his 370, 380 batting average and getting picked up this early. So we certainly have the talent. We just need some guys that have a little more confidence, go out there with a little more confidence, work better counts, and we're getting good pitches to hit, and not really we're fouling them off or not putting them in play with authority, and that's a big part of it. We're getting our pitches. We have to do something with them. Speaking
of Taylor Lane, how happy are you as a manager knowing that you're able to help him along with his baseball career and his path?
I've had very little to do with it. He came in here last year and did a great job for us, so it was a no-brainer bringing him back, and the commitment he made in the offseason, putting on about 15 or 20 pounds of muscle coming in, and again, he wasn't even a starter for us to begin the year, worked himself into the starting lineup through success and hard work, and made the most of it. That's a Frontier League story. That's what's supposed to happen, and it did. So it's good to see when a guy puts in that much work in the offseason, noticeable amount of work, to be rewarded with getting picked up. So it's good for him, and like I said, it's a credit to Bobby Siegel, and it's a credit to Taylor Lane.
Well, with fireworks tonight, we hope to see some more fireworks for the Otters tonight as they face in the rubber match against the Washington Wild Things. This is Dave Nguyen. We'll get back to the starting lineups and first pitch. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for the Evansville Otters, batting first, playing second base, David Cronin. Batting second, playing left field, Keith Grieshaber. Batting third, playing third base, Ryan Long. Batting fourth, playing first base, Dakota Phillips. Batting fifth, the catcher, Rob Calabrese. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Carlos Castro. Batting seventh, Jack Meggs playing center field. Batting eighth, Anthony Maselli in right field for the first time this year. And batting ninth, the shortstop, J.J. Gould on the mound, Randy Wynn. We're about to sing the national anthem here, and then when we come back, it'll be first pitch. You listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
The 4th Annual Burdette Blues Festival on Saturday, July 6th at the Burdette Park Pavilion will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the tri-state. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit evansvilleblues.com.
It's game time for the Otters on 91.5 FM WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
3-1. Long. Toward right. Toward the corner. Toward the foul pole and over the wall. Fair. Home run for Ryan Long.
First pitch. Cronin crushes it in the air to deep right field. He backflips it and it's way out of here.
Don't forget, Otters fans, you can catch every Evansville Otters broadcast on 91.5 FM WUEV, online at evansvilleotters.com, and through the WUEV mobile app.
Roxon deals the 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Vail rings up Bissell to end it, and the Otters are going back to the postseason.
Now, let's go out to the ballpark for all of the action.
And welcome to beautiful Bossy Field. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune here on the call. Otters in the rubber match of this final game of the 3-game series between the Washington Wild Things. We got Randy Wynn on the mound tonight, Bill. We got an excellent chance, hopefully, for a winner today. It is the first Thirsty Thursday of the season, so fans will be enjoying discounted draft brews as well as fireworks at the end of the night. We see a lot of fans coming in with their draft brew, and let's meet the Otters in the field. Pitching will be Randy Wynn, Rob Calabrese behind the plate. Third base, Ryan Long. J.J. Gould at shortstop. David Cronin at second base. Dakota Phillips at first. Anthony Maselli will make his first start in right field. And Keith Grieshaber will be making his third start in left field. Jack Meggs takes over in center. But we do see Hunter Cullen dressed with Toot walking around. He's jogging around briskly. He's right there in the dugout as we see. We hope we can see him back in center field hopefully soon.
I would hope so myself. I mean, not taking anything away from Mr. Meigs out there. He's doing a yeoman job, but I'd rather have the champagne
right?
than just have the wine.
Right. Oh, 100%. Leading off will be Sage Jenko, the center fielder, as he steps into the batter's box. Randy Wynn on the mound. And the first pitch from Randy. Called strike on the outside corner. And we are underway here at Bosse Field.
And we do have a crowd here, Thirsty Thursday, and it is a good crowd. So let's hope they still keep coming in.
The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike two on a fastball right there from Wynn. Otters in their road navy blue uniforms and their alternate navy blue uniforms, white pants, white hats. Wynn kicks and fires for the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's the first strikeout of the night for Randy Wynn. One away here in the top of the first.
Good way to start a game. And I don't know how you saw it, but
That was a high fastball right there.
right, but they were all fastballs. He didn't throw one breaking pitch. They were the second swing, which was strike two, was a inside pitch, and then the K was on a high fastball. You're right. Good call.
We'll bring up Wander Franco. The first pitch to Franco is foul behind the plate and out of play. Franco was one of four batters for the Wild Things who had 3 hits yesterday.
Yes, and if you notice, Mr. Franco has swung. If he is batted, wait for this pitch.
0-1 way inside around the chest area of Franco, even the count at 1 with one out.
That was a curveball that didn't curve. It just hung up there. But
the 1-1.
There's the fastball.
Right there on the outside corner for strike two.
What I was going to say, if Mr. Franco has batted, say, 4 times each game, 8 times, 7 of those 8, he swung at the first pitch.
That's right. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Randy. And that's strike 3, out number 2, back-to-back strikeouts for Wynn.
Right.
Got him there, I think, went low in the dirt. It was a slider.
Well, again, you'll hear me say many, many times when you got 2 strikes and no balls or 1 ball and 2 strikes, hey, throw the high one or throw the one low and outside.
We'll bring up Shane Hughes, who also had 3 hits yesterday, the man from Sewell, New Jersey.
Well, quite a few players had.
That'll be fouled off looks like the left leg of Hughes.
Right. Hughes had 3. Hector Roa had 3. Hernandez had 3.
Yep. And Erickson.
And Erickson, yes. Quite a few had 3. They had, 20-some-odd hits, wasn't it?
13 runs on 20 hits.
Yeah.
It was a slaughter.
And they still had a chance to go in 9th inning and bat more.
They did. If it wasn't from Mother Nature, another called strike from Randy Wynn. Count now quickly 0-2 to Shane Hughes.
That's what you said in your pregame. He's always ahead. There he is, 0-2.
Randy with a bit of a delay. Kick and fires for the 0-2. Will be fouled off his foot once more in Hughes. And we'll go back to the 0-2 count.
If you notice, that was high up by the letters, and he got his arms up, but not that fully. So, again, he went for the K with a high fastball.
The 0-2 from Wynn.
There it is, strike. Ooh, no!
I think that to us, that was strike 3. Hughes gets a gift, and it's 1-2.
I don't know. My God, I couldn't ask for something better.
1-2, fouled away down the third base side. Count will remain at 1-2.
Unless our angle, Dave, is bad. That looked like a belt high over the middle of the plate.
That was hovering around the outside corner, I believe, to the left-handed batter Hughes. The 1-2, high and away. Randy tried to get him to chase. Count now even at 2 with 2 outs.
Yeah, well, you notice Randy fell off the mound there, too, toward first, and that's why it was high and outside, because in his release, he had no balance.
The 2-2, low in the dirt for a ball. Count now full. Looked like Randy wanted to have Shane Hughes chase that one inside.
Yeah.
Flag blowing to the west direction, so if there were batters hitting it out of left field, they got a chance. Ball 4, and that'll be the 4th walk of the year for Randy Wynn and the first base runner for the Wild Things. And Randy wishes he had that called third strike on the outside corner moments ago. It'll bring up Hector Roa, the man from Camden, New Jersey. Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, I was going to say, that's something you don't want to do, have 2 strikes and no balls and end up walking a guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-no.
Roa has been very impactful at the plate in this series. First pitch to him is a fly ball foul down the right field side and out of play. I think that's the one thing we've noticed about Washington coming into this third game. I think their approach has been pretty good. They want to swing at first pitch strikes.
That's right. I was just going to make a comment on that. Yes, they in all 3 games, they haven't been attacking the first pitch. You're right.
Win from the left side of the rubber. The 0-1.
Slider.
Low and away. That'll be a ball. Count it 1-1. You see him delay up there a little bit?
Yeah.
Runner on first, 2 outs. Randy Wynn has 2 quick strikeouts and allowed a walk to Shane Hughes. The 1-1. Fly ball foul once more down the right field side. Phillips thinks he has a chance, and it will go out of play into the seats. The Wild Things with their gray pants, wearing their black uniforms with a red kind of polka dot design around the waist area of their uniforms. White letters and numbers with a red trim. Win from the left side of the rubber. The 1-2 chopper fielded, but by Gould throws over to second to Cronin for the 6-4 putout, and that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Otters up to bat, no score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations, west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Bottom of the first, no score. The Otters are up to bat. It'll be Cronin, followed by Griesaber and Ryan Long. Out of the consistency you were talking about, Bill, the only man that's been consistent batting third and playing third base in 16 of the last 18 games, Ryan Long.
You said 16 out of 18.
Yeah.
So there were 2 games he didn't play.
Well, he played. He just was a designated hitter. But he batted. He's the only one that's really batted third. Cronin, he missed a couple games, but in 17 of the 18 games, he batted leadoff.
Right.
On the mound for the Wild Things is Nick Wegman, who's 1-2 this season, with a ERA of 3.30. He lost his first 2 games, where he went 4 1/3 and 5, and then he allowed 10 hits and 6 runs between those games. Bounced back, had a strong start for his first win of the year, where he went 7 innings. 6 of those were no-hit baseball. So we may have a pitcher's duel here at Bosse Field, as it's Thirsty Thursday, as well as the first fireworks night of the season at Bosse Field. David Cronin steps into the batter's box. Coming into this at-bat, he's batting .231. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, Cronin was 3 for 4 yesterday with a run scored and 3 singles. First pitch to Cronin. Fly ball, right field. And it will be caught at the warning track by Roa for out number 1.
I tell you what, that Roa, he kind of scares you on fielding fly balls. I mean, it looks like he's got an easy catch.
He just casually jogged out there like it was nothing.
Right, then he has to throw an overspeed in order to catch it over his head.
Bring up Keith Griesaber.
Yeah, whether he misjudges it or what, I don't know, but he doesn't look that cheerful out there.
1 pitch, 1 out. Griesaber shows bunt and will pull the bat back as that ball goes behind the catch and count at 1-0. Sun is out. Bill, I think that this is beautiful weather out here today for a ball game.
You're in God's country here in Evansville.
The 1-0 from Wegman. Showing bunt once more. Be a called strike. Count now even at 1 with 1 out.
Far cry from your neck of the woods, northeast United States.
Yes.
I couldn't wait to get out of there.
The 1-1. Ooh,
good.
That was, it'd be called a ball. That was upstairs, but it was hovering around the outside corner of the plate, the upper right half of the zone. The 2-1. Check swing. Doesn't matter. It's a strike.
Did he call that a strike on the half a swing, or
I think he was going to call it a strike no matter what. So what Wegman did, he had the same pitch, same location, and wanted to get the strike called.
Right.
The 2-2 from Wegman. Ball high. Count now full with 1 out. Bottom of the first. No score between the Otters and the Washington Wild Things.
So we got a full count.
The payoff pitch will be fouled behind the catcher Erickson into the net. We'll go at it again at 3-2.
Yeah, he protected that plate. Low outside pitch. Well, not that low, but around the knees anyway. And he protected the plate, which you're supposed to do.
The 3-2.
Curveball.
Swing and a miss. That'll be strike number 3 and out number 2. It'll bring up Ryan Long.
He fooled him on that one. That was off-speed breaking pitch, and he had committed himself before and looked bad at that. He looked bad.
Long is a man from Crandall, Texas, and he drives a pretty big truck, big Ford Super Duty. First pitch to Long is low and away for a ball.
Well,
count at 1-0.
You do things big in Texas.
Yeah. I asked him how many miles to the gallon does it get. I said 8. He goes 18. Same difference. Next pitch to Ryan is a called strike. Count now even at 1.
You ought to give him the horn sign. Yeah.
Well, he's a Red Raider, so he didn't go to UT, so that would offend him if I did.
Yeah.
Next pitch is fouled down the first base line. Count at 1-2 to Ryan Long, and he said to us, I was talking to him the other day, both of his parents listen in, and his grandparents will listen in when they get a chance. But his mom and dad are frequent listeners.
Oh, we know that. Nice people.
The 1-2 from Wegman. Way outside. Count now even at 2 to Long.
Well, we got the Hunters always listening in. The Crones always listening in. The Longs are listening in.
I think Dakota Phillips' mom listens in as well.
Right? Okay.
The 2-2.
Ooh,
check swing.
No. Yes, right. Good call.
Counted 3-2 after the check swing. The field umpire, Mr. Mike Fitcher, says that Ryan did not go.
Right. That umpire, he asked for some help, and that umpire was a little hesitant and finally gave him the safe sign. But the pitcher walked off, the catcher walked off, the first baseman not walked off, attempting to walk off.
The payoff pitch, fly ball, left field, shallow. Adams goes under to make the catch for the final out of the inning. The Otters go down 1-2-3. We head to the top of the second. No score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call, excuse me. We batters 5, 6, and 7 for the Wild Things. It'll be the first baseman, the switch hitter, J.J. Fernandez, who's made some pretty good plays out there at first base.
Yes, he has. He had a good glove.
First pitch from Randy is a foul ball down the first base side and out of play. Count quickly to 0-1, and Randy likes to work the corners. And he has a good arsenal of pitches, likes his fastball especially, but will use his others when necessary. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Again, he's ahead. And there's a gentleman down there taking some photos with that camera. I'm assuming he's a parent of one of the Washington people.
The 0-2, fly ball, foul territory. Long will take a look at it, and he will make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. Good concentration there by Ryan, and 1 away.
Well, if you notice how cool he was in drifting over there, he didn't rush. He just nonchalant. He had his eye on that ball all the time. Good call.
I feel that at bat was 3 pitches. We've had a couple of those, and we might have a lot of them tonight.
Yeah.
We'll bring up the designated hitter Lucas Herbert, who takes a cold strike on the outside corner, moving the count to 0-1. If you remember, Bill Herbert, when he struck out against McGuff in the 8th, he broke his bat and was ejected. Next pitch is low and away for a ball. Count now even at 1 with 1 out.
I remember it well. It was a dramatic episode. Tune in tomorrow for
Next pitch from Randy, a cold strike 2 right on the outside corner. Count now at 1-2.
Yeah, I don't know what. It used to cost you $25. I don't know what it is now.
1-2, fly ball, center field. Meggs comes under it, makes a few steps forward to make the catch for out number 2. And we'll bring up the catcher, Cody Erickson.
Yep, the catcher. Yeah, Herbert, the catcher normally is designated hitter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Erickson, who has been playing, but he's been the
DH.
DH. So they switch positions.
Got it. First pitch, fly ball, left field, shallow left. Gould will go under it. Griesaber calling it off as he ran all the way from left field, makes the catch with the glove, and we are through at least the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second. No score as you listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
Up early, staying up late, or just can't sleep? Give 91.5 FM a listen. 3 to 5 a.m. Sunday through Friday. It's the overnight flight. Hand-picked grooves for the Tri-States late nights. Nothing sounds quite like the overnight flight. 3 to 5 a.m. Central. 91.5 late night style from the UE campus. Tune in radio app on your phone. Across the world on WUEV.org.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at myMarathonStation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Dakota Phillips to the plate, and today Phillips changed his walk-up song as he has a 1-0 count from Nick Wegman. The next pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, evening the count at 1. Bill, are you a Johnny Cash fan?
I like that one. He's getting out of jail or something. Remember, he was a jailman.
Let me recall. The 1-1 to Phillips, inside for a ball. Count at 2-1. No, Elvis Presley sang Jailhouse Rock.
No, this wasn't.
This is Johnny Cash? Okay.
Yeah. Something about jail.
Okay. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball for strike 2. Count even at 2 to Dakota Phillips.
You know, I don't know when they started that crap, and that's what I'm referring to about having the music before you get up. My God.
The 2-2. Fly ball, left field, and it will be drifting foul and out of play.
Where does that help a batter? By playing some music or walk-up music. Where does that help a batter?
Maybe motivation. if you have a hype song, possibly.
When you go up to that plate, you should have one thing in mind. Concentrate on that pitch.
The 2-2. Ooh.
That's it. You should see the ball come out of the pitcher's hand when he's in the catapult action throwing, and you pick the ball up and you see that little red dot. If you're worrying about Johnny Cash, you're going to miss it.
The 3-2. Ground ball on a couple hops to Hughes. He throws it over to Fernandez in time for the 4-3 out. We'll bring up Rob Calabrese. And I found out where at in Staten Island he's from Taunton.
Yeah, right across the river.
Yes.
Tottenville.
Tauntonville.
T-O-T.
Yes.
Tottenville.
Tottenville.
Tottenbille. Tottenville.
Yes.
That's where you get the rapid transit. Takes you to St. George, the other end of the island.
Got it. The first pitch to Calabrese is a ball.
I think that's where George Bamberger came from.
Who's that?
George Bamberger?
I don't know who that is.
Major league pitcher, major league pitching coach, major league manager.
1-0. Foul down the first base line. Count now even at 1 to Calabrese.
George Bamberger was the pitcher for my brother when he was managing in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
And they put a radio, they sewed a pocket inside the shirt, and they had a radio in there. And so when George was on the mound and the batter and runner on first took a lead, Jack would tell him when to throw it.
Fly ball, left field, going back is Adams, and that is gone. It is out of here. Rob Calabrese gets the Otters on the board, his 3rd home run as an Otter. And the Otters take a 1-0 lead as the fireworks are playing in left field. It's fireworks night. Calabrese gets the fireworks started.
Well,
for the
yeah,
Otters.
he started it. Now, if you notice the left fielder, he started racing back. And then as he got near the fence, he just stopped. Because he knew it was gone.
Well, so
made it look good.
Last night he did something similar, except the ball ended up dropping for a double on the Budweiser sign.
Well, that was because he was playing a ricochet off the wall.
Okay.
Off the fence.
This time I waited for I guess I wanted to wait for the crowd to cheer to make sure that it was over the fence. Bring up Carlos Castro. First pitch to Castro is a ball. Count it 1-0. The second pitch from Wegman. Ground ball to the pitcher, Wegman. Throws it over to first. And he'll get it in time. Fernandez quickly stepped off the bag. Wanted to make sure that field umpire Mike Fisher called him out. And we have the second out of the inning.
Just real quick, when here comes Jack Meggs up. But going back to Tottenville, we could leave South Amboy, where I was from, take the bus for 10 cents, go across the river to Perth Amboy. In Perth Amboy, you get on the ferry, which my grandfather was the captain, and that was a nickel. And then you got on the rapid transit in Tottenville for a dime. It took you to St. George.
First pitch to Meggs is low and away for a ball. Count it 1-0.
So what, you got 10 cents, 15 cents, now you got 25 cents. Then you take the ferry from St. George over to New York, and that was a nickel. 30 cents.
The 1-0, that is
base
blooped.
hit.
Wow, that over the base, over the head of Franco, as Franco was playing in on the edge of the infield grass, and I think Meggs might be surprised that was a successful hit.
Well, it was an excuse me hit. He didn't want to swing, and it was an abbreviated swing that hit the bat and just careened off and went over the third baseman's head. So those are the things that happen. You know, that Franco's on third. He robbed a couple of the Otter hits. Batters already have hits. That time he played a little too close.
They bring up Anthony Maselli playing right field today. He's normally a shortstop or a third baseman. But with the departure of Taylor Lane to the New York Mets organization, Griesaber moves out to left, and now there's other opportunities for other players to try to make an impact for the Otters. First pitch to Maselli is a strike, as Wegman will throw over to first. It's not in time. In the beginning of this series, I think I found out that Maselli and the pitcher Wegman are good friends.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Teammates in college, high school?
Either that or maybe summer college ball. Not too sure, but they were, when they first arrived, they were able to chat it up during Game 1, before Game 1 of the series. Maselli went to Boston College University, one of the premier academic schools in the Northeast, and they're not too bad at baseball.
Not too bad in football either.
The 0-1. High and outside for a ball. Count now even at 1 to Maselli. Yeah, BC's not too bad, but they're not the cream of the crop in the ACC.
Well, I think there was a big year that Notre Dame was going. Had one loss, or they were undefeated or something.
Yep, and they took it to them.
Yeah, they went into Boston, and I think they got creamed.
Yeah. The 1-1 outside for a ball. Count now at 2-1 to Maselli. Meggs on first. Otters up 1-0 thanks to the solo home run over the left field wall by Rob Calabrese. Wegman standing on the far left side of the rubber. The throw over to first to check Meggs at first. Meggs is successful when stealing bases. There was one game where he had 2 consecutive stolen bases in the same inning.
Right.
Went to first to third in the snap of a finger. Thrown over to first base once more. Count now still at 2-1.
That's telling you one thing. This guy is worried about Meggs stealing when he's thrown over at least 3-4 times so far. He's lost concentration of the batter. He's worried about Meggs.
Wegman on the far left side of the rubber, the 2-1. Fly ball, shallow left field. Adams comes under it and races to make the catch, and the final out of the inning. Otters get on the board thanks to a Rob Calabrese solo home run. It's 1-0 Otters as we go to the top of the third. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Hey, it's Mixmaster Jones Capone. Be sure to check me out right here on 91.5 WUEV for Party Lights Uncut. Party Lights Uncut is the premier and longest-running hip-hop and R&B show in the tri-state. Every Friday and Saturday night, midnight to 2, Party Lights Uncut plays the best in contemporary hip-hop and R&B from today's top artists. So be sure to tune in right here on 91.5 WUEV. Party Lights Uncut.
The local Pepsi Bottling Group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi Bottling Group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Gwynn and Bill McCune on the call. 1-0 Otters as we are in the top of the third. Rob Calabrese with a solo home run, his third of the year. It'll bring up left fielder Adams, then the shortstop Ryan Cox, and then we will go to the top of the order and Jenko, the center fielder. First pitch from Randy Wynn is a bunt, and that will go foul and out of play quickly. Count at 0-1.
Up on the roof.
Yeah, that was an odd bunt, foul ball.
Well, he was trying to get a base hit. He was running when he attempted the bunt, hit the top of the bat.
0-1, swing and a miss. Strike two.
What a break on that pitch. My God, that was like cutting cake.
Got some mustard on that one.
Oh, yeah.
The 0-2 will be a ball that was in the dirt, then bouncing over Calabrese. Count now 1-2.
See,
but that was a nasty pitch.
Right. Now, you heard me say it. You'll hear me say it all year long. See, when a guy has two and he overthrows a pitch.
1-2, fly ball, foul territory. Phillips coming under it, and he will make the catch for out number one. Good play there by Phillips to concentrate, coming into foul territory and using his glove to make the out.
Well, that is the proper call, Dave. You had the catcher, you had the pitcher who shouldn't even been there, Randy, and then you got Phillips. Anytime a pop fly like that, it belongs to the third baseman or the first baseman because they're coming in. They see the ball. A catcher, they're always drifting away. So the first base, third baseman had a better shot.
Called strike from Wynn to the batter, Ryan Cox. Playing shortstop. He's a left-handed batter. Left-handed batter on right-handed pitcher matchup. Next pitch is fouled off the foot of Cox. Count quickly to 0-2. That's the second time we've seen a Wild Things batter foul off the foot.
Right. You know, a lot of times you'll see a catcher, and he's got his eye on the ball, and he's going. Then all of a sudden he reaches. He doesn't smoothly catch it in by the protector. He's got to reach because the ball's always drifting away.
Mm-hmm. Randy Wynn with an 0-2 count. He'll kick and fire. Ground ball past Gould at shortstop through the hole. A base hit right in the middle of the field. And that'll be the second base runner of the day. The first hit for the Wild Things. And we'll bring up the top of the order and Sage Jenko, who struck out his first time up. Got the flag blowing in the northwest direction, so if a ball goes to left field, we saw with Calabrese's home run, it can carry.
Well, Calabrese without the flag blowing still would have got the home run.
Right.
But
first pitch inside for a ball count at 1-0.
Randy's got that slider working really good. But I was going to say in that 1-0-2 when he threw it, he really snapped it up, and they tried to overthrow to get the strikeout.
1-0 count, runner at first, 1-0 Otters. The 1-0 is foul behind Calabrese into the net. Count now even at 1 with 1 out. Clear skies. We got a packed house today. It's Thirsty Thursday for the first time at Bossy Field, and there are fireworks at the end of today's game. One on one the count, and the pitch from Wynn.
Curveball.
Cold strike 2. That was nasty.
That was a nice biting curveball.
Well, I also want to wish a special happy birthday. There's an Otters fan named Jim out in the stands. Happy birthday to Jim, and hope you're enjoying the game. Throw over to first is not in time. But Preston, our director here, he wanted me to make sure to say a happy birthday to Jim.
Well, happy birthday, Jim, wherever you are.
I think he sits up in front of us in one of the lower.
Oh, okay. One of our loyal fans then.
Yes. The 1-2 in the dirt inside for a ball. Count now even at 2 with 1 out. Runner on first for the Wild Things. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Otters have 1 run on 2 hits. That 1 run coming from the bat of Rob Calabrese. Solo home run to left field. Wynn lining up in the left side of the rubber. The 2-2 will be another foul ball down the third base side and out of play. So we have a picnic table on the first base side. We got a picnic table on the third base side. We got a huge picnic table out there in right field for the Bud Light Line patio. We got fans lined up all behind home plate, all the way down to the first base side and down to the third base side. Just a really good crowd here tonight at Bossy Field. The 2-2, swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 and out number 2. The 3rd strikeout for Randy Wynn, and we got 2 away. And of those 3 strikeouts, they've all been swinging strikeouts.
Well, Sage struck out 3 times in the first game. Last night he didn't strike out at all. But he's on a streak now to go 3 strikeouts in this game.
It'll bring up Franco, third baseman. He rips this one to left field. Grieshaber going back, and that is over the wall. A 2-run home run for Wander Franco, and the Wild Things take the lead by a score of 2-1. First pitch, that was ripped.
Again, the first game, which the Otters won, that Franco got up, and the first pitch he hit a double. Now here it is, the first pitch he hits a home run. And we've been saying, Franco swings at the first pitch automatically. As a catcher, you remember everything like that. The catcher is a computer. You remember every batter.
First pitch to Hughes, fly ball, center field. Meggs will go to the wall and the warning track, making the catch at least 390 feet out there in center field for the 3rd out of the inning.
Good.
But the Wild Things take the lead on a 2-run homer by Franco. Wander Franco. That ball wandered all the way over the left field wall. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 2-1 Wild Things. You're listening to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Since 1994, Slay's Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slay's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more.
Welcome back to Bossy Field. Dave Dwin and Bill McCune on the call. The Washington Wild Things lead the Evansville Otters by a score of 2-1. Rob Calabrese got the Otters on the board in the bottom of the second with a solo home run. And then the third baseman for the Wild Things, Wander Franco, hit a 2-run home run in the top of the third. We're in the bottom of the third now. J.J. Gould to the plate. His count is now at 1-1. To the man who was drafted by the Miami Marlins a few years ago. Wegman shaking off a sign. Now he agrees with one with his catcher Erickson. That pitch to Gould is low in the way for a ball. Count now at 2-1. No outs. So I think when you have a good pitcher on the mound, if you're facing a good pitcher on the mound, the goal is, I think, to try to work the count, right? You would want to work the count against a good pitcher.
Well, if he's going to,
swing and a miss for a strike two.
If he's going to throw fastballs down the middle, no, I'm jumping on the first pitch. Now, if he's a junk ball pitcher or he's wild, yes, I'm going to take a strike. I'm not going to give him the break.
2-2 is foul.
I lost one of my things here because I'm looking
Count even at 2.
I'm looking at Franco got 2 hits last night. I know he got the double the first night. I can't find my other sheet. I just had it.
Next pitch to Gould is a ball. Count now full.
Well, whatever.
Wegman, the lefty, will kick and fire for the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3. One away in the bottom of the third. He'll bring up the top of the order, and David Cronin, who flew out to the right fielder Roa on the first pitch of the game. Cronin, the native of Orland Park, Illinois. Lefty will step into the batter's box. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Cronin will be fouled behind the catcher Erickson. Count at 0-1. Well, Bill, today in 1935, Babe Ruth plays only the first inning of the opener of a doubleheader between the Boston Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies at the Baker Bowl. It is Babe Ruth's final major league appearance today in 1935. Pitch to Cronin is low and away for a ball. Count now even at 1 with 1 out. Bottom of the third, 2-1 Wild Things to score. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Count moving to 1-2.
I'm not sure what I'm saying, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
That year, Babe Ruth was with the Braves. He was there only because he was promised either the manager's job or a coaching job. That was the end of his career, and that's why he went to Boston, because he was promised a manager or the coach's job.
1-2 is fouled away down the third base side.
You know, he, besides being an outstanding pitcher, he, for many, many, many years, he held the record of 30 innings of consecutive World Series pitching without giving up a run.
Did he really?
Oh, yes. He was an outstanding pitcher.
I think most people forget that about him.
I know they do, but I didn't know he played pitched.
1-2, low and away for a ball. Count now even at 2 to Cronin.
I think it was Eddie Ford with the Yankees that beat it. I'm not sure, but Anyway, 30 consecutive innings without giving up a run. That's when the Yankees were winning all those World Series. 1927. They were called the Bombers, the Bronx Bombers.
And then later on, they had with the death row in the lineup.
Yeah.
The 2-2 grounder to Hughes, throws it over to Fernandez. He caught that ball towards the dirt, was able to get it in the glove in time for out number 2.
Yeah.
We'll bring up Keith Griesaber, who struck out his first time up. Griesaber from Chesterfield, Missouri, located outside of St. Louis. And when we were on the road trip to Gateway in River City, he was able to play in front of his family members.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
Also proud of his St. Louis Blues, who won last night in overtime. Count it 1-0 to Keith as he takes a ball outside. The Blues won in overtime to even the Stanley Cup Series as they go back to St. Louis on Saturday.
Yeah. Excuse me for interrupting your Blues story.
Okay.
Keith, if you notice, he just swung, and that pitcher just gave him an off-speed pitch again, and that's the same pitch he struck out in the first inning. And he just went after that same pitch, and just luckily he found it. So
1-1 swing and a miss for strike 2. Good observation there.
Yeah, you know, I know it's going to look like a basketball coming in, but you got to control yourself, time yourself.
The 1-2 upstairs near the chest area of Griesaber. Count now even at 2 with 2 outs. 2-1 Wild Things. Both runs by the Wild Things and Otters have been off home runs. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Wegman retires the side as we head to the top of the 4th. 2-1 Wild Things to score. And you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. We're in the top of the 4th. Leading off will be Hector Roa, the right fielder, who grounded out to J.J. Gould back in the first inning. Randy Wynn on the mound for the 4th. Fly ball, right field, very shallow. Cronin calls off Phillips and will make the catch for out number 1. It was a good play there by Cronin to call off both Phillips and the right fielder Maselli to make the play.
Yeah, well, again, a good call because Phillips is backtracking, got his back to the ball, and Cronin is coming in, and, of course, the right fielder's too far out there.
Bring up Fernandez, the first baseman, who is not afraid to flash the leather at first base and has hit the ball quite well. First pitch is a ball upstairs. Count it 1-0. Fernandez was one of 4 batters who had 3 hits yesterday.
Yes, he did.
For the
3
Wild
hits.
Things.
Yeah.
Next pitch from Wynn is a called strike on the inside corner. Count at 1-1.
And I don't believe any of those 3 hits or the other fellas that hit 3 got 3 hits.
1-1, fly ball, right field. Maselli.
He made the catch.
He made the catch. From our point of view, I didn't know if he trapped it or not, but the umpire, Mike Fisher, makes the call, and that was a very fine defensive play there by Maselli, getting his first start in right field.
Now, he's normally an infielder, is that correct?
Normally at shortstop or third.
Yeah, he went after that aggressively and made a pretty good catch. You're right.
That'll bring up Herbert playing DH tonight, normally a catcher. First pitch to Herbert is a ball upstairs. Inside, count at 1-0. Win with a deep breath, 1-0.
Curveball.
Low and away. Counted at 2-0. As Wynn wanted Herbert to chase that one. The 2-0 fly ball. Shallow right center field.
Let the center fielder have it. Oh, Cronin made a heck of a catch, but Meggs was right there. That was Meggs' ball. As much as I love Mr. Cronin, and he's an aggressive ball player, I took a chance. That was Meggs' ball.
Yeah, I was about to say Meggs. It should have been his. And
yeah.
Well, luckily the Otters were able to communicate on that pitch, as we will go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Wild Things to listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 90.15 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. First pitch to Ryan Long is a called strike on the outside corner. Count at 0-1. 2-1 Wild Things to score. Both runs for each team have been off a home run. Next pitch is low and away, evening the count at 1 to Ryan Long, the native of Crandall, Texas. As Wegman is pitching just as well as Randy Wynn tonight. Calls for a different baseball out on the mound. The lefty standing on the far left side of the rubber. The 1-1 will be low and away for a ball. Count now at 2-1. Calabrese hit a solo home run over the wall in left field. And then Wander Franco hit a 2-run home run over the left field wall in the top of the 3rd.
I think, I don't want to take the man's thunder away, but I think the wind helped that Washington home run, because Keats is out there and
swing and a miss. Count now full to Ryan Long. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I was going to say that you had Keith out there, and he ran as hard as he could, and then he kind of stopped, thinking he was going to leap up and catch it.
Fly ball left field, and it will be caught. A diving catch made there by Adams, Blake Adams, in left field, and one away.
Ryan just got robbed of a double. I'll tell you what.
100%.
Oh, yeah. That guy just made an excellent catch.
Well, that'll bring up Dakota Phillips, who is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to second base his last time up in the second inning. Phillips from Nacogdoches, Texas, so back-to-back batters from Texas in the Otters lineup. First pitch to Phillips is a ball inside. Count it 1-0.
I have no idea where that is in Texas.
I'll look it up during the commercial break. The 1-0, fly ball, right field.
Watch the right fielder.
It's gone.
Watch the right fielders. Did you see him?
I did.
I told you it was a home run.
Dakota Phillips hits this one to right field, tying this game at 2.
I got a kick out of the right fielder who was Hector Roa. And it's funny. He just took a step or two, turned around, and he watched it go over. He knew from the minute it left the bat, it was bye-bye birdie.
Blast from Phillips ties this game, and to the plate now is the guy who put the Otters on the board with a solo home run back in the second, Rob Calabrese.
Yeah, from Tottenville, Staten Island, New York.
There we go.
Staten Island's a borough.
Got it. First pitch to Calabrese is a called strike on the outside corner. Counted 0-1. So in other words, we got a new ball game, Bill.
Yes, it is. Well, it always was a ball game. 1-0, then 2-1, now 2-2. I mean, that is a ball game.
Ground ball fielded by Franco, covering over Cox at shortstop, and he throws it over to first base in time for the second out.
That Franco, not only is he a good defensive player at third base, he has got a shotgun for an arm.
Yes, sir. That'll bring up Carlos Castro, playing DH tonight. Castro's grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Otters wearing their navy blue uniforms with white letters and numbers and a maroon trim. First time we've seen the navy blues here at home. First pitch to Castro. Base hit will be dropped in front of Adams over the head of the shortstop, Ryan Cox. And Carlos is on board with a single. And it'll bring up Jack Meggs, who's doing a fine job in center field this series. Had a couple catches at the warning track, couple catches that he had to run up and make a diving stop. The man from Sammamish, Washington, played in the Oakland Athletics organization before coming to Evansville. Castro on first, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Fly ball, and that will be caught. A great diving stop there by Jenko in center. And we are through 4, but Dakota Phillips ties this game at 2 after a solo home run over the right field wall. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathronstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. The Cody Erickson to the plate. First pitch from Wynn is a strike.
That was a breaking curveball. That's the way he should throw that Franco the first time. And next time Franco gets up.
Next pitch from Wynn is a foul ball. Count now quickly to 0-2 as that ball rolled into the Otters dugout on the first base side. Randy and another quick 2-strike count.
Randy is not using his breaking pitches that much in this game as he has in the past.
0-2, and field umpire Mike Fitcher says a called strike 3 as the bat went around.
Yep.
Not a called strike 3, but bat went around for strike 3.
No, called. You swing, but the umpire calls you out.
There we go.
I don't mean to.
No, it's okay. It'll be one away.
What you were trying to say was...
it wasn't looking. That's
right,
what it was.
Yes.
That'll bring up Adams, the left fielder, who robbed Ryan Long earlier of at least a double down the left field line.
Now
Has a called strike, and next pitch to him is a ball in the dirt. Count now even at 1.
Now, that was Randy's only his 4th strikeout. Is that what you got?
I think so.
Yeah. A far cry from 13 in
Yes.
the first game.
The 1-1 from Wynn. Fly ball foul down the first base side.
I see
they're play.
They're jumping on Randy's fastball. He's not using his breaking pitches that much.
1-2 swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3, and that'll be strikeout number 5.
Right, and that was a breaking pitch.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Ryan Cox, who had a single, and then a couple batters later, Franco scored him with a run because of the home run. 2 away, top of the 5th. Tied at 2. Called strike on the outside corner from Wynn. Count at 0-1 to Cox. Fly ball, left field. Grieshaber moves over to make the catch and ends the top of the 5th. We're tied at 2, going to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The Pizza Brick Road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the Pizza Brick Road. Road down to Tyroni's. The Pizza Brick Road. The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's.
The 4th Annual Burdette Blues Festival on Saturday, July 6th at the Burdette Park Pavilion will feature some of the best blues acts in our area. There'll be barbecue, food trucks, and a beer garden. General admission at the gate will provide ongoing support for blues music in the tri-state. 12 years and younger will get in free. For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEV Facebook page or visit EvansvilleBlues.com.
Silly.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Gwynn and Bill McCune on the call. Bottom of the fifth, we're tied at 2. And
good game.
Yeah.
Two hits for the Otters, 4 hits for the Washington Wild Things, and
actually the other way around. 2 hits for Washington, 4 hits for the Otters.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Maselli to the plate. The big cut, no contact for strike 1.
As you would say in Evansville, entschuldigen Sie bitte.
The 0-1. Low and away for a ball. Count even at 1.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Oh, Dutch? Okay. I took Spanish for 11 years and don't remember as much. Ground ball to the pitcher Wegman, throwing it over to first in time. 1 away.
This is German country.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bring up J.J. Gould, who struck out his first time up back in the 3rd inning. He played in the Miami Marlins organization. He made a stop in Greensboro and played with the Greensboro Grasshoppers after playing short season single-A ball. They decided to move him up to the regular single-A club because they were making a playoff push.
In Jupiter. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Jupiter club?
No, but I know it was Miami's
short
Class
season?
A team, yeah.
Okay.
Greensboro there.
The 0-1 to Gould. Low for a ball. Count now even at 1.
They had New Orleans as their AAA club until this year. They changed.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I don't know who it is this year. Jack's no longer affiliated. I don't know what's going on.
The 1-1. Ball high and away. Count moving to 2-1. Your brother, Jack McKeon.
Right. Yes, Jack McKeon.
He was the manager for the 03 World Series team.
That's him.
For the Marlins. Called strike in the outside corner to Gould. Count now even at 2.
If I was to tell you, Dave, that he and I've been in, well, he's been in pro baseball longer than I.
Okay.
He started in, oh, my God, this will be 70 years.
Oh, wow. The 2-2, check swing. And Mike Fitcher, the field umpire, says he did not go. Count now full.
Yeah, he started in Greensboro, Alabama, in the Alabama State League in 1949.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch from Wegman. That'll be fouled on the third base side and out of play.
As an 18-year-old kid, he was the catcher. And the manager, his wife had some problems. He had to go home. They had no one, so they appointed Jack an interim manager. He managed the rest of the year. Branch Rickey.
Payoff pitch inside for a ball 4, and Gould gets on with a walk.
Branch Rickey wrote him a note at the end of the year saying, when your playing days are over, you got a future in managing.
Oh, yeah?
So as an 18-year-old kid, he had a future in managing.
Same Branch Rickey of the Dodgers, right?
Yes. Well, the St. Louis, the Dodgers, and Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Branch Rickey.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that in St. Louis. I went to Busch Stadium and walked around their Baseball Hall of Fame. It's a sight to see.
Yeah.
David Cronin to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch to David is a foul ball behind the catcher, Erickson.
And I hate to say it, I know his parents are listening, and if you can, tell David, stay off those high pitches.
I'll let him know on the road trip. The Otters will head to Florence, Kentucky to face off against the Florence Freedom Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 0-1 the count and the pitch. Ground ball through the hole on the second base side, a base hit. Third time's the charm for Cronin.
Yep.
The Otters got runners at first and second.
Now, I got to say one thing about J.J., something I didn't like. J.J. was running in second base. He was watching where the ball went to right field. Okay, you're supposed to be looking at the manager to find out, come over, stay. You know, when you're running, the ball is past you. You don't keep turning around to follow the ball. You turn around, you look at the manager. He tells you what to do.
Bring up Keith Griesaber. Runners at first and second for the Otters. Wegman, the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. He's gotten Keith on the breaking balls, especially to low and outside in the dirt.
They're off-speed curveballs. He has made him look bad on every one of them. He's looked every time he throws that off-speed breaking pitch, Keith jumps after it and looks bad and misses it by a mile.
Wegman will check Gould at second base. The 0-1.
See, there it is.
It'll be a ball high. Count now even one with one out.
I would suggest if you're going to swing at those off-speed, move up on the plate a little.
Tie game at 2. Solo home run from Dakota Phillips and Rob Calabrese for the Otters. A 2-run home run from Wander Franco, and that's a swing and a miss from Griesaber. Count now 1-2. He chased the high fastball.
I was just yes, okay. I was going to say that was a fastball. You're right, and it was high.
We've seen it throughout the season. Both teams, both the Otters and their opponents, like to chase that high fastball.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just a natural instinct for a baseball player.
The 1-2. That was around the head area.
You know,
Griesaber.
It's like dazzling a chocolate German chocolate Black Forest cake in front of you and then saying, "Do you want whipped cream?"
You're getting me hungry, Bill.
Yeah.
The 2-2.
Base
Fly
hit.
ball over the head of Cox, a base hit. And McCauley will put the brakes on Gould at third. Crowd wanted him to score. But bases loaded, one out, and this will be, I believe, the first jam that the pitcher Wegman has been in today.
Yeah, well, if you notice, you said the crowd wanted J.J. to steal or score. If you would notice, J.J. stopped in the middle because he wasn't sure where the ball was, or he wasn't sure where the shortstop was, whether he was going to catch it. So that was smart on his part. You don't want to take off running and get into a double play.
I think Andy may have put on the brakes.
And then Andy put it, yeah. So it was a good play on J.J.'s part and Andy's, yes.
Well, if we want a man to break this tie, Ryan Long is the guy to do it.
Well, fly ball could put us ahead.
He's got
Ryan has got 2 long fly balls to left field.
Yep, and the last one was on that diving catch out there in left field.
Got robbed. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to predict he's going to hit one off the big mama out there, McDonald's hamburger.
Well,
Grand slam.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
First pitch to Long. Called strike on the outside corner. Counted 0-1.
That should have been his pitch to swing at. It was up there, letter high, off speed. Breaking pitch that didn't break that much.
Bases loaded for the Otters. Tie game at 2, 1 out. This pitch is way outside. Count now even at 1 to the former Red Raider. Wegman standing on the left side of the rubber. We got Gould at third base, Cronin at second, Griesaber at first. Time is called by Ryan Long.
Shortstop and second baseman are playing deep, looking for the double play. Third base, first base is playing in to throw it to home to get the first possible double play like happened last night.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. Ground ball through the hole, a base hit on the first base side. Gould comes around to score. Cronin coming around to score. To third will be Griesaber, and Long with a 2-run double, and the Otters retake the lead.
Yeah.
2-run RBI.
Yeah.
A single extended.
Single with the error out there.
Got it.
Is he hurt?
I don't know. I meant to say 2-run RBI.
Yeah, it was. 2-run RBI.
Yeah. So single, and then he moves over to second. So we have Gould coming in to score.
Yep.
We have Cronin coming around second to score.
Right.
We have Griesaber at third. Long with a single, extending it to second base.
Right.
And Wegman will get a mound visit.
You got someone warming up down there, so I don't know. I didn't see. I wasn't looking down there.
Long with a timely
Well,
RBI.
I'll tell you what, Mrs. Long, I tell you, she might have been on the third decade of the rosary. I'm not sure, but it came through. It pays.
And it looks like the Wild Things are going to leave Wegman in there to try to finish the inning.
My wife's
how's she doing, by the way?
Not good at all. We spent more time on waiting for doctors to call us back, and of course me, I have to take 2 blood tests. I've got the heart doctor and the kidney doctor, and I had to wait for them. I spent more of the time on the telephone waiting, calling and then waiting for them to call you back. No, she's not in good shape at all. No.
My thoughts and prayers to her.
Well, thank you kindly.
First pitch to Phillips is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0. Last time Phillips was at the plate, he tied this game at 2 on a solo home run to right field.
Yeah. Now you notice the infield is playing in right now.
Yep, we got all the infielders playing in.
Right.
1-0 the count, the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, evening the count at 1 with 1 out. We got Griesaber at third, Long at second.
And he could get a bigger lead because
they're not really paying attention.
Well, yeah, because the ball players are in front of you. You know exactly where the fielders are because they're in front of you.
Yeah, so Long has an extended lead off second base. Next pitch is a ball low and away. Count moving to 2-1. We got the left fielder playing shallow, probably trying to anticipate a run coming home from the Otters. We got the right fielder Roa playing normal depth, and as well as the center fielder Jenko. 2-1 the count, as Phillips will step out of the batter's box and call time.
Yeah. Just another point about my wife. I know she's laying in the bed now because that's the only where she's comfortable, and she is listening to you broadcast this game.
Appreciate it. 2-1, fly ball, foul territory, and it will go off the roof on the third base side. Count now at 2-2, and Phillips, I know, wants to drive the ball, put in play. If he gets a bloop over the infield on the edge of the outfield grass, that will score at least Griesaber.
Oh, yeah. Well, on that particular play, if Franco had made that catch where he was going away, that would have given Keith a good chance to score.
Right.
Because it's pretty hard to stop running in the opposite direction, turn, pivot, and throw a bullet.
Right. The 2-2 foul down the first base side. Count remains even at 2.
People don't realize that. They'll say, it's foul ball. I shouldn't have. Well, no. I mean, the odds are for you in your favor, not against you. You'll see a lot of people, they'll block the ball, say in right field, left field, whatever the case may be. They won't purposely catch the ball.
Right, that line was in the movie The Hunger Games.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, may the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh. They copied me?
Yes, Bill, they copied you.
Okay.
You need to get credit for that. Ball low and away to Phillips. Count now full. Long on second base. Griesaber at third. Long with the 2-run RBI single to get the Otters a 4-2 lead. 4 runs on 7 hits. 1 out. At least Phillips will want to get a sac fly. But if he hits it over the infield, as all the infielders are playing on the edge of the infield grass.
Well, this is the case of blooper. That's a normal out. It's going to be a base hit.
Like the 3-2 fly ball. Left center field. And will be caught at the warning track by Adams. Griesaber will tag from third to score. And the Otters have a 5-2 lead. Long goes over to third. Sac fly by Dakota Phillips. He's got 2 RBIs today.
I was going to say, he just moved up in the ranks.
And he now, I believe, is tied with Long with home runs on the team.
Oh.
Both have 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say RBIs.
Oh, no.
Because
not
I was
close.
because I was going to say, hey, Ryan got 2 tonight. So,
Yeah, Ryan
could be
now
tight.
has 18 RBIs on the season. And it'll
Okay.
bring up Rob Calabrese.
That's pretty good RBIs for, 20 games so far?
18.
18. Well, all right. Call me a liar. But that's pretty good.
Yeah, 18 RBIs in 18 games.
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty impressive for Ryan Long. Calabrese has a strike on him. Count at 0-1. Long at third. 5-2 Otters. Next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Count even at 1. Calabrese got the Otters on the board back in the second. The solo home run over the left field wall. Otters have scored 3 runs in this inning to take a 5-2 lead. 5 runs on 7 hits. Next pitch to Calabrese is low inside. Count moving to 2-1 with 2 outs.
I don't know if that's a normal left-hander's slider or is it just on his delivery, left-hander's delivery. That ball looks like it's moving.
Fly ball, center field. Going back, and that is gone.
That is
The
unbelievable.
second home run of the day for Rob Calabrese. His 4th home run as an Otter.
Yeah, and you can't hit him any further than that.
First
Oh, my God.
multi-RBI home run for Calabrese. He has 3 RBIs on the day, and the Otters on fireworks night lead this one by a score of 7-2.
Right.
A lot of fireworks hit by the Otters.
Right, and there goes the manager. That's the end of that pitcher, and I bet that manager's kicking himself and saying, I should have taken him out when I went out in that mound before. And, you know, if I did this, if, you should have done it.
Is it too late to call the fire department for him?
Yeah, I mean, you got, 7-0. That's exactly the situation we were in last night.
Right.
But the only thing is, we're in the 5th inning.
Yep.
Compared to there was the 1st and 2nd for them.
So we got a new pitcher for the Wild Things. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back. Otters up big, 7-2, on 2 home runs this inning. You listen to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. The Otters have scored 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to take a commanding 7-2 lead. Now let's chase out the starting pitcher, Nick Wegman. In for relief will be Roberto Delgado, who is from Puerto Rico.
Yes, Puerto Rico.
For the Helena Brewers and the rookie ball affiliate of the Brewers. Castro will line this one to center field, and we will have the 3rd out of the inning. The Otters send 8 men to the plate, and Rob Calabrese with a 2-run home run, Ryan Long with a 2-run RBI single, and the Otters lead this one by a score of 7-2. We go to the top of the 6th, and you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
At the University of Evansville, you will receive an academic scholarship. You will be taught by talented, engaged professors committed to your success.
We will help you change the world.
You will have the opportunity to study abroad.
UE will change your life.
This is a place where we change the world. Come change it with us.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Signorama Evansville for their support this season. Signorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Signorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at signorama.com/in-Evansville. Signorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball here at Bossy Field. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. The Otters put up a 5-spot back in the bottom of the 5th to lead this one by a score of 7-2 over the Washington Wild Things. Randy Nguyen on the mound for the Otters in the 6th. And the first batter he will face will be the leadoff man, Chenko, the center fielder. 1-0 the count, and he'll lift this one in the air to right field. Going back is Maselli. And it's a home run. Chenko will hit a solo shot, and now it is a 7-3 ball game.
And that was in the Bud Light Lime patio, and there was no action by the fans. You know, I mean, everyone goes to reach and catch it, and there was no action. It must be, they were shocked that it was hit that far.
Well, the next batter will be Wander Franco, who got the Wild Things on the board back in the top of the 3rd. He had a 2-run home run to give the Wild Things at the time a 2-1 lead. He rips this one to center field. Maggs coming up and will make the sliding catch at center field for out number 1.
And again, a fastball down the middle, and he creamed it, although it was caught. And remember I said, you should start him off with a breaking pitch. Don't give him a fastball.
Randy needs to be careful.
Yes. I mean, Franco has hurt us in the field and at the plate.
We'll bring up Shane Hughes from Sewell, New Jersey. The man he walked his first time up, followed by a fly out to center. First pitch to Hughes is a ball outside. Count at 1-0.
I would say, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion,
the 1-0 from Wynn. Fly ball foul and out of play.
Every catcher after the first game, and everyone's batted 3 times, that catcher should know the strength and the weakness of the batter. And then you call the next game accordingly.
The 1-1. Fly ball, right field. Going back is Maselli to the warning track, and he will not make the catch. It goes off the wall. And that will be a double for Hughes. After having a 3-hit game yesterday, he gets a double here with 1 away.
And it's Randy's fastball that they're hitting. And again, he's got a good breaking pitch. He's got a good curveball. He's got a good slider. And if you remember in that first game when he got 13 RBIs, it was the curveball. He was getting all those strikeouts with his curve. And he's got a good curve, and he's not using it that much tonight. And again, I think the first game you had, was it Mike the catcher? I'm not sure.
No, second game was Calabrese.
Was it Calabrese? Okay.
Yeah. So now we'll bring up Hector Roa, who's known to swing at the first pitch. Takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Counted 0-1.
That was a slider, see? And again, you can't rely on that fastball. I don't care how good it is.
Runner at second and Hughes, the 0-1. Way inside. Almost hit Roa. Instead, it'll be called a ball. Count now even at 1 with 1 out. 7-3, Otters. Otters put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Jenko led things off with a solo home run in the top of the 6th. 1 away.
Curveball slider.
Will go foul down the third base side. Count now at 1-2 with 1 out.
You had Goose Gossage for the Padres, and you had Lee for the Cubs in that
Goose
84.
Gossage, that's a throwback name right there.
Pardon?
That's a throwback name.
Lee?
No, Goose Gossage.
Oh, Goose, yeah, Hall of Famer. In the Hall of Fame. And Lee was pitching for the Cubs in 1984 playoffs.
The 1-2 from Wynn. Fly ball. Shallow center field. Meggs will come up and make the catch for out number 2. And that was the good call there by Meggs to make the play.
But both pitchers, Goose Gossage and Lee, were pitchers, relief pitchers.
Oh, really?
Who could throw anywhere 95 to 100 miles an hour. I mean, that was their forte. And but again, I don't care how many times you strike someone out or how many strikes you can. Boy, when someone gets a hold of that fastball, it's out of the park. The Padres, we won the National League because Garvey hit one of those fastballs in the right center for us to win.
First pitch from Wynn to Fernandez, the first baseman, is a called strike.
Right, and what
on a
was
breaking
it?
pitch.
It was a curveball, right.
Runner at second base. Top of the 6th. The 0-1 from Wynn. Fly ball, shallow right field. Maselli will not be able to make the catch. And coming around from second to score is Hughes.
7-4.
Now a 7-4 game. So Cronin went out there, and Maselli was playing a little deep. Who do you think should have had that ball?
No, that was a good base hit. No, nobody was wrong in that. Maselli, it's better to play deep and come in rather than play short and go back. It's easier for an outfielder to come in. But again, that was the fastball. That was low, and he golfed it.
So an RBI single for Fernandez.
Yeah.
His 3rd time is the charm for him. They bring up Herbert, the DH, and the first pitch
is a curveball.
This time for a ball.
Yeah, it hung. It just didn't break. But again, you know, when you're gifted with a good breaking pitch, use it.
Wynn kicks and fires. The 1-0 is
curveball.
Called strike this time on the outside corner.
Right. You see, I mean, that's his. He's got a terrific curveball.
Runner at first, 2 outs. The Wild Things have scored 2 runs in the inning. Runner goes.
Curveball.
Throw it down from Calabrese is not in time.
And what's the call?
It was a ball.
Another curveball, and it looked like a good strike to me. So that's 3 curveballs to Herbert. See, that's as a manager, that's when you want to steal, not on the fastball, but on the breaking pitch. It gives the runner 2 or 3 extra steps.
So Fernandez, after hitting the RBI single, is on second base. 2-1 to count. The pitch will go foul. Phillips going under it and will not be able to make the play. Count will go even at 2. Now a lot of fans here, Bill, lined up down the first base side. We got 2 picnics on the first and third base tent area.
No,
we got a lot of fans behind home plate.
Yeah, we've got a good crowd. I'm going to say about 2,700 fans.
Well, we'll wait for Zane later on in the game to get the final attendance.
Maybe 3,000.
2-2 swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3.
And what was the pitch? A
breaking
big
ball.
curveball.
It'll be number 6 tonight for Randy Wynn.
Right.
As we head to the bottom of the 6th. Otters lead this one 7-4. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Since 1994, Slade's Restoration has been assisting Tri-State residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Potter Avenue in Evansville, Slade's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slade's Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
This portion of programming on WUEB is sponsored by Pat Schultz, an LPL financial advisor at Old National Investments. Pat is a former UE baseball player and 1993 UE graduate. Pat specializes in providing comprehensive, objective financial guidance for all stages of life. He offers asset management, retirement planning, life insurance, and long-term care. Pat's office is located at 4500 Washington Avenue in Evansville, and his phone number is 812-473-9622. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Otters lead this one by a score of 7-4. They sent 8 men to the plate in the 5th, and Jack Meggs will lead things off.
Meggs got that terrific, excuse me, hit his first time up. Abbreviated bat that hit the ball and flipped over Franco's head on third base.
First pitch to Meggs is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0 to the Sammamish, Washington native. Delgado in for his second inning of work. Takes a deep breath, the 1-0. Fly ball, foul, and will go out of play. Count now even at 1 to Jack Meggs. See.
Yeah, that Bud Light patio deck up there is loaded.
Pretty packed out there in right field.
Yes, it is.
Got a packed house today at Bossy Field. The 1-1 to Meggs. High and away. Count moving to 2-1.
A couple years back, the cream, Krispy Kreme.
Don't start.
I don't remember if the Otters got 12 runs or 12 hits, something like that.
Oh, you get a dozen donuts.
You get a dozen donuts.
The 2-1 will be fouled down the third base line and out of play.
And this night we had like 6,000 fans. And of course, everybody got a dozen donuts. And it wasn't too long after that we had another 6,000 crowd. And
so are you telling me I should buy a dozen before going on the bus?
No, I'm just going to say the next year they weren't a sponsor.
Count even at 2 to Meggs. Bottom of the 6th. Ground ball through the hole. A base hit past the shortstop, Ryan Cox. And Meggs will be aboard with a single.
You know, Meggs would have gotten on the base hit with that if Cox could have had it easily, but he had to showboat and go on a slide, and the ball went right under his glove. All he had to do was reach down, although, you know, Meggs would have got a base hit because of where it was.
It'll bring up Anthony Maselli playing right field today. He had a diving catch earlier in the game.
Yeah.
not playing too bad.
No. He played that ball off the wall pretty good, too.
He's 0 for 2 tonight. The first pitch, ground ball to the second baseman Hughes, over to second for 1, and that's all he'll get as Maselli with a fielder's choice.
I don't know. Second baseman took his time fielding that and getting rid of it. That's why they couldn't get the double play. He just...
Yeah, I was surprised he was slow.
Slow, very slow.
Do you credit the speed by Meggs to kind of disrupt that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it was close at second base. Meggs could have been safe for another step or two.
Well, to bring up J.J. Gould, who had a walk and scored the run when Griesaver was at the plate with an RBI. No, it was the Ryan Long 2-run RBI single.
He's going to... Don't jump.
Maselli initially had a good lead off first.
Yeah, but he was a jumping jack. If you notice, he was there, and that's the time. You don't do those things. You go inch out. You don't jump into those. Looks like...
First pitch to Gould is a cold strike on the inside corner, moving the count to 0-1.
And Herbert's not catching. Herbert did a couple pickoffs
the other day.
Catcher at first base, yes.
He's got a cannon.
He
We've
does.
seen that this series. Delgado still on the mound, relieving the starter Wegman. 0-1 the count to JJ. The pitch. Called strike 2. That on the inside corner.
Boy, those are the pitches you don't want to let go by. Off speed, big curveball hanging.
Flag blowing in the west direction out in center field. Maselli on first base for the Otters, 1 away. Otters lead this one over the Wild Things 7-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to JJ. 3 straight pitches.
Yeah.
Same location all three times, and Gould is rung up on 3 strikes.
I want you to notice the pitcher when he's taking his stretch. He's looking at Maselli, and right before he pitches, he'll lift his head up. See how his head is buried into his shoulder?
Yep.
Right now? Okay.
Cronin to the plate. Had a single and a run his last time up.
Okay. See?
Yep, he is buried.
First
pitch. Low and away in the dirt for a ball. Count at 1-0 to David Cronin.
So if I was going to steal second base, once I seen that head move, that's when you take off. Because he's already in his motion to go home, and he's not, if he does anything, he's going to balk.
So Delgado will check Maselli at first. Maselli with a pretty good lead.
Yeah.
Cronin steps out of the batter's box and calls time. And McCauley,
he's talking about a balk. That's what Andy wants, a balk, and that I believe on that particular situation he did, because he lifted his head up like he was going to pitch, then he come back down with the head. Now maybe he did something else too, I don't know, but I say when he lifts his head up, he's going to go home. And that particular one, he dropped his head again, so he must have done something else, maybe his arms. I wasn't watching his hands or his arms. I was watching his neck or his head.
1-0 the count.
See the head go up?
Pitch is low. Maselli takes off, and that ball will not be caught by the shortstop Ryan Cox. Will go over his head. Luckily, he was able to track it down, but Maselli now on second.
And Maselli went just as he lifted the head. Maselli ran. So maybe Andy noticed the same thing and gave a sign over there. That might have been what he was arguing. I don't know. But anyway, those are things you pick up. Those little things you pick up. Difference in the game. See, he probably won't do it now because there's runners on second.
Maselli with a decent lead. Pitch to Cronin is foul to the third base line and out of play. Well, today, Bill, in 1956, Mickey Mantle hits one of the most memorable home runs in his career in the second game of a doubleheader with the Washington Senators.
500 and some feet.
Yep, tags a pitch from Pedro Ramos that comes within 18 inches of leaving Yankee Stadium, something never accomplished by any other major leaguer. The ball was still climbing when it caroomed off the upper stand facade about 396 feet. As this pitch will go through Ryan Cox at shortstop, and that will be
an error. Should be an error.
We'll wait on the official scoring. But yeah,
base hit.
Otters now have runners on the corners.
Base hit.
Cronin has been ruled with a base hit. You remember that?
I'm
home
sorry.
run?
I lost track of watching the play.
No, you're good.
What was it again? Say it.
About 396 feet from home plate. Estimates are that the ball could have traveled more than 600 feet.
Oh, okay.
It is Mantle's 20th home run of the year. No one else ever hit 20 home runs before the month of June.
Yeah.
So in other words, a 396-foot home run by Mickey Mantle that could have went over 600 feet.
No, I think
if it didn't hit off the wall.
I think he hit one 500 and some feet during his career. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't doubt it. The Mick, right?
Yeah.
0-1 to count to Keith Griesaber. He reached on a single in the fifth and later on scored. The 0-1. Foul ball down the first base line and out of play.
I think the longest home run was either by Frank Howard in Washington or Dave Kingman, who was with the Mets and with the San Francisco. Both of them were power hitters, and I think they had the longest, but I'm not sure.
Now, did Mantle bat 4 or did he bat 3?
No, Maris was 3. That's why Mantle didn't have that many.
Ground ball will be caught on the ground by Hughes. He can't make the play.
Got to be a base hit.
Maselli will come around from third to score.
Base hit. Base hit.
And will be ruled officially a base hit. Griesaber on first. So the ball was possibly going through the hole in the middle of the field. Diving stop made by Hughes, the second baseman, to keep the ball in the infield. Tried to flip at the second base. Did not get Cronin in time. So Cronin at second, getting in there safely. Griesaber, a single. And it'll bring up Ryan Long, who had the 2-run single and the last hit.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Ryan got a home run, because I can't let someone tie him.
Of course.
But I was going to say
the first pitch to Long is low on the inside for a ball.
A year that Mantle and Maris were going down 50 home runs apiece. Maris had the RBIs, but Mantle didn't. And the reason was, well, Maris is batting in front of you and hitting home runs. There's no one on base when Mantle gets up.
Got it. So Roger batted third instead of fifth.
I think so, yeah.
Ground ball to the second baseman. Hughes will go through the hole, a base hit.
That's it.
Cronin coming around from second to score. Griesaber at third. Long at first with his third RBI of the night. And the Otters lead this one 9-4.
Yeah, they're starting to put some wood on that ball.
A lot of fireworks hit tonight for the Otters.
And if you notice, many of the hits we've gotten this inning have been infield hits that have bleeded through the infield. They weren't line drives, they weren't doubles, they were just ground balls that got
ground
by.
balls, yeah.
That got by.
Otters have 9 runs on 12 hits.
Yeah.
Dakota Phillips, who has a home run tonight, he also has a sac fly back in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. First pitch to Phillips is low and away for a ball. Count now at 1-0.
There's a little lefty warming up, number 4. Number 4.
Oh, looks like it would be number 6, Nick Durazo.
Oh, okay.
Delgado still on the mound, 9-4 Otters. Next pitch to Phillips, the called strike. That was way outside. That pitch was near the dirt, though. I guess it's more of where the ball crosses the plate rather than where it's caught.
Well, yes, that's the object. That's why you see a lot of catchers box the ball over the plate, and the umpire says, no, boy.
Or what they'll do is they'll catch it and move their arm ever so slightly to think to the umpire is a called strike. Called strike to Phillips right there in the inside corner. Count now moving to 1-2.
I've experienced a lot of I never did it, but I know a lot of umpires will call. It might have been close, and the catcher will box it in, and the umpire will deliberately call it a ball because he'll, hey. But no, I never cheated. I never moved the glove. Wherever it was, that's where it ended.
The 1-2. Low in the dirt for a ball. Count now even at 2. Runners on the corner for the Otters. They lead this one 9-4. They put up 5 in the bottom of the 5th. We're here in the top of the bottom of the 6th, and the Otters have scored 2 more. 9 runs on 12 hits. Ryan Long at first, Keith Resaber at third, and a 2-2 count to Phillips. Delgado with a deep breath. He'll kick and fire. Foul ball behind the catcher Erickson, and count will remain even at 2 with 2 outs.
You said Ryan had 18 RBIs for 18 games, so now he's got 19 RBIs in 18 games.
And he's been the most consistent hitter for the
so-
Otters this season so far.
So we're in the 6th inning, meaning he may have another shot at coming up to bat in the 8th.
The 2-2. Ground ball at Hughes at second base. Throws over to first. And time for the out. The Otters send 7 men to the plate. They add on 2 more runs. As we head to the top of the 7th, 9-4 Otters the score. And you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Otters with a commanding 9-4 lead. Randy Wynn still on the mound. As we're in the top of the 7th, it is fireworks night, Bill, and we've had a handful of fireworks from the Otters in this game.
I will say so. I mean, how many home runs have we had? We've got Dakota's got 1. Calabrese's got 2. Branco has got 1.
And Long has 3 RBIs as well.
Yeah, but we Genko and Franco's got 2. I mean, there's 2 home runs for Washington, and we've got 3 home runs on our side.
Yes.
You don't see that 5 home runs.
Randy Wynn, first pitch from him was a ball in the inside corner. Second pitch was a ball in the dirt, low and outside to the batter, Erickson. Fly ball and will be foul behind the plate, moving the count to 2-1 to Cody Erickson.
I tell you, it all depends on what happens this inning, whether leave Randy in or take him out.
Well, if we check how many pitches he has, next pitch is foul.
Well,
behind home plate, count now even at 2 with no outs here in the top of the 7th.
It's going to depend on not how many pitches, but how hard they're hitting the ball. Are they still striking out, or just fouling balls, or are they getting good solid hits?
Next pitch from Wynn, low and away for a ball. Count now full. Randy has 58 strikes and 23 balls.
And so 80-some pitches, but
a lot of them have been foul.
Yeah, but it depends on how hard they're hitting them.
Payoff pitch.
Ooh.
And it will be a walk.
Ooh.
That was hovering around the outside corner of the plate.
Okay.
And that'll be. That might be. Is that second walk of the day for Wynn?
Yeah. Yeah.
2 walks and 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Trying to get through the 7th.
He walked Hughes in the first inning.
That's right.
And that was it.
They'll bring up Blake Adams, the left fielder, who's made a handful of good plays out there in left field. Fly out, caught by Long, over to Phillips, in time for the double play. So line shot at Ryan Long, catches it in his glove, on the edge of his glove, and fires it over to Phillips in time for the 5-3 out. So
yeah.
F5 and then 5-3.
Yes, and I tell you what, that is what you call heads-up baseball, because Ryan no sooner got that when he reacted and threw a bullet over there, because the runner was not that far off the bag. All he had to do was hesitate and blow his nose, and he would have been back in there safe.
To bring up the shortstop, Ryan Cox, who has a single and a run scored. He also flew out to left field. He's got a 1-0 count, and the next pitch from Wynn is inside for a ball. Count now 2-0. And you know why Ryan rifled that over to Phillips? Because he was a former quarterback.
Oh, okay. He was going into the touchdown, into the end zone then, huh?
Yes. Called strike on the inside corner from Wynn. Count now at 2-1 to Ryan Cox. Yeah, he was a quarterback, defensive back, kicker, punter, point guard, shooting guard, shortstop, third base, and right field.
The all
fly ball, right center field will drop for a base hit. Meggs will slide and can't locate the ball.
Triple.
Going to second, rounding second, and heading to third.
It's a single with two-base error. Two-base error. Oh, double and an error. Okay, double and an error.
That will be the official rule called.
Okay.
As I think they needed a new baseball. The ball may have gotten under the fence out in right field. And
okay. Let's go back, Dave, to what I said.
Okay.
And that is, it depends on how they hit him. That batter that ricocheted one down to Ryan on third, that was a blast.
Yes.
Now you take this one here, that's a double. That one is a blast. That means they're finding Randy's pitches. So I would say this would be his last inning.
I would say so. He's pitched pretty well.
Yes, he's pitched, but right now he's tiring and he's not as effective. So now is when you preserve his win and you put in the reliever.
Otters have a few men warming up in the bullpen.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, but they got Abraham Almonte down there. As far as I can see, they got a lot of guys standing, but can't really recognize the numbers. Bring up the top of the order, and Jenko, who hit a homer last time up. Next pitch from Wynn is a
curveball that hung up there. You see how it hung? It didn't have the break. Again, he's tiring, and I'm complimenting him. I'm not knocking him because, again, he's pitched a heck of a game.
2-0 the count of the pitch.
There's the pitch again.
High and away for a ball once more. Count moving to 3-0.
Right, and you notice, I mean, there were the last two were curveballs. They just hung. There was no bite to them. They were just like floaters coming in.
Runner on third with 2 outs. 3-0 count. Wynn trying to get out of the 7th. The 3-0.
Strike.
Called strike on the outside corner. Good call right there.
Well, you see, he reverted back, and that's what you have. Most pitchers are going to give you a fastball on a 3-0 count.
Three and one the count and the pitch. Fly ball, and that will drop into left center field. Coming from third and scoring will be the shortstop, Ryan Cox.
And it's another shot. Another hard hit ball. See, yank him. Get him out of there.
It will be 9-5.
Yeah, 9-5. And this is the
RBI single there from Jenko.
Right.
We got, looks like the lefty Abraham Almonte in the bullpen, and pitching coach Max Peterson will walk out on the mound. And if I had to guess, Randy's night, he pitched well.
Yep,
Randy Wynn's night is done. Pitched very well, allowing the 5. He has allowed 4 runs. There is not because of the error.
There was that error. 2-base.
So 5 runs, 4 earned. I'll get to the stat line for Randy Wynn in just a second. So 6 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. We're going to take a brief break as Abraham Almonte comes to the mound for the Otters. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the tri-state, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Randy Wynn's night is done. We'll recap his night. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. This will be a WOW Internet, Cable, and TV call to the bullpen. WOW is the double play provider for Evansville.
So Randy had a 3.00 ERA. And that's going to elevate it a little.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But he pitched well. 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He got batters into a lot of 2-strike counts, so he accomplished his job there. And the Otters provided a lot of run support for him. In will be the Danbury, Connecticut native Abraham Almonte, who attended Philadelphia University. The lefty, one of 2 lefties in the bullpen for Evansville.
Now nobody's paying attention. He's ready to pitch.
Runner on second. The first pitch from Almonte. Ground ball to long. Fields it on a hop. Throws it over to Phillips. In time, 1 pitch, 1 out will be the 3rd and final out of the inning. It's stretch time here at Bossy Field. 9-5. Otters the score. And you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
7th inning stretch time. Get up and move wherever you are unless you're driving the car.
For more information, check out the 91.5 FM WUEB Facebook page or visit EvansvilleBlues.com.
It's Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Otters with a 9-5 lead here in the bottom of the seventh. To the plate will be Rob Calabrese, who has 2 home runs today.
The Staten Island, Tottenville, New Yorker.
He's got a 1-0 count, and the pitch is away for a ball, low and away. Count now at 2-0. We get a new pitcher for the Wild Things. Will be number 6, Nick Durazo.
Yeah.
Great crowd here tonight. 2-0, fly ball, right or first base side, and foul.
You know, back in the late 20s and early 30s, although, well, I was early 30s, but I saw pictures and I heard the old-timers talk about it, and that is...
The 2-1 is a called strike.
The ocean, it's the Atlantic Ocean or Mountain Bay, whatever you want to call it, that separates Staten Island from my hometown, and they used to be able to drive over the ice from South Amboy to Tottenville over the water that would freeze.
Ground ball fouled on the third base side, and that'll be even at 2 to Calabrese.
Yeah, Tottenville. One thing, just up the road a little, that's where New York City used to dump their garbage in. Oh, my God. There were mountains. I mean, you took that train at the Rapid Transit and you, oh boy.
Calabrese the 2-2. Swing and a miss. That'll be a strikeout for Durazo and 1 away here in the 7th. Bring up Carlos Castro. He's 1 for 3 with a single. And Calabrese is 2 for 2 tonight with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs.
There was another place up in the Meadowlands where the Giants play football.
Yep, and the Jets.
And that stunk. That's where the pig farmer ran for president for a few years, and that is where they dumped the garbage again. There are mountains of garbage.
First pitch to Castro, ground ball off the pitcher's mound, fielded by Hughes, throws it over to Fernandez, and time for out number 2.
Yeah, when you took the train to go to New York or you rode the turnpike, oh my God, when you came to that section, woo.
Not only did you have to pay a toll, but it was just, blah.
That's why I said we could go to New York, 10 cents on the marathon bus, nickel on the ferry, 10 cents on the rapid transit, nickel on the ferry. That's 30 cents. And you get to New York and you pay a nickel to get on the subway, and there you are at the Yankee Stadium.
First pitch is a bunt attempt by Meggs. He will bunt it foul down the third base line. Count will moving it 0-1 as the ball drifted foul. Yeah, to get to New York from where I live,
you got to take the turnpike.
It's $32 round trip.
Yeah.
On the
turnpike.
No, yeah, we drive. No, I go up to the train station in Hamilton and take New York Penn.
Oh.
Take it from Hamilton all the way to New York Penn Station and to Manhattan, right under Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Another foul ball. Count now quickly 0-2 to Meggs with 2 outs. Meggs is 2 for 3 tonight with a single. He got caught in a ground out on the fielder's choice by Maselli back in the 6th. 9-5 Otters to score. Ground ball on a hop to Cox. Throws it over to Fernandez in time for the final out of the inning. That was a great play there by shortstop Ryan
That's something
Cox.
you will see very often on this field, a bad hop, because Lance Adler, the groundskeeper here, he manicures this field.
Oh, yeah, he was out here. He had a shock back to suck up the water on the infield grass.
Yeah.
We're heading to the top of the 8th. Otters lead 9-5. You're listening to Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I was just going to say the tonight's attendance. All right. I said 2,700. But anyway, what I was going to say is the coach that ran down to first base was one of the ball players, Mike Fennell. And what I was bringing to the people's attention was earlier.
Pitch from Almonte. Check swing. Fisher said he's the batter.
Went 1-1.
Hughes did not go, so now the count is at 1-1.
Well, anyway, Dave was talking to the other broadcaster before the series, and the other broadcaster said, oh, the manager only has one coach, so you'll see a ball player coaching first base, and he gave us a heads up.
Next pitch from Almonte is a strike. Count moving to 1-2.
You see everything, you hear everything, and you let everyone know.
Almonte making his third appearance, coming off, he had an injury to his throwing arm. Glad to see him back out for the Otters. Next pitch is low and away. Count now even at 2. Almonte came in with 3 strikeouts on the season. One of 2 lefties in the bullpen. Other one is Danny Urbeck, the guy who closed out the game Monday night or Tuesday night when McGuff went 8.
You said he was injured. Almonte was injured?
He was injured, yeah.
I tell you what.
The 2-2 fly ball foul down the third base line and out of play.
I can't believe year after year after year how many injuries we got. I played most of my life, and I don't remember. I mean, we played with broken fingers, sprained arms.
You rubbed some dirt on.
Yes. I mean, today we got so many guys on the DL, whatever.
2-2 is a ball outside. Count moving to 3-2.
You know, it was like Jim Cruz. Now, I know you don't know who Jim Cruz is. He was a St. Louis basketball coach, by the way.
3-2 inside for a ball 4. And that will be a walk issued to Hughes, who had a double and a run scored in his last at-bat in the 6th.
Well, Jim Cruz was a basketball coach here at the University of Evansville, and he also coached at St. Louis U. But anyway, I never seen so many injuries when he was a coach at the university here. Year after year, we had injury. This guy couldn't play. He's injured. Always leg injuries.
First pitch to Hector Rella is a called strike on the inside corner. Count moving to 0-1. Almonte on the mound. Runner on first. Top of the 8th, 9-5 Otters. The 0-1 will be low inside for a ball. Count now even at 1. Tonight's attendance, as it was just said earlier in the inning, 2,416. We thank all the Otters fans here at Bosse Field.
And I bet they all had a good time because I saw a lot of them with those chicken, what do they call those things?
Chicken fingers?
Yeah, my God, they must be really good.
You're a fan of chicken fingers.
Yes, I am too.
The 2-1 fly ball, center field, and will be caught. Running with full speed will be Jack Meggs to make the catch, and out number 1.
That hung up there just a little too long for Meggs to get it because that was hit hard. That was like a 10-foot line drive over the shortstop's head that just kept up there. If it dropped a little sooner, we would have had runners on first and second.
You're right. And we'll bring up Fernandez, the first baseman, who reached on a single back in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. 1 away. Hughes on second base for the Wild Things. Otters lead 9-5. First pitch is a ball high. Count moving to 1-0.
We got to concentrate on the batter. Never mind the runner on first. Concentrate on the batter.
Looks like Cronin and Gould will play a double play depth. Long behind the third base bag. Ground ball and will be ripped foul down the third base line.
That's a good description. That was ripped.
Sometimes I can't see Cronin because this pole is in my vision.
I'll talk to the maintenance people and have it cut down.
I feel like if that happens, then
then the roof will cave in on us.
Yeah. The 1-1 throw down to first base from Calabrese is not in time. Out last pitch was a ball, so count now 2-1, and that wouldn't be the first time Calabrese would try to throw out a runner. He's got a pretty decent arm.
Well, he was pretty accurate in that. I was impressed with that throw to first base, the action he executed.
The 2-1, Almonte will throw over to first.
Yeah, that might have been a low balk. They didn't call it, but I didn't like that action of his movement to first base.
2-1 the count. Almonte from the belt, he'll fire. Fly ball, left field. Grisaber trying to locate the ball, and he will. He'll take a few steps forward and make the catch for out number 2.
Hernandez wasn't too pleased with that. He just flung that bat, and then he casually walked down to first base like he's walking back to the dugout now. A little depressed, and he should be happy. He drove that ball at least 310 feet.
We'll bring up Lucas Herbert, playing designated hitter tonight. Was catcher in the first 2 games of the series. Runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch, Almonte was way high. Count moving to 1-0.
Mr. Herbert will go down in the history of Otterville as the only player that beat the home plate and was arrested for assault and battery.
Couldn't have said it better than myself. 1-0, called strike on the outside corner. Count even at 1. Almonte doing just fine on the mound. He's located on the far left side of the rubber. The 1-1 from the lefty. Foul out of the glove of Calabrese. Count moves to 1-2.
High fastball. See, everybody chases those high fastballs, myself included. You know, I'm not going to say I wasn't guilty of it.
1-2 the count. Runner on first. 9-5 Otters to score. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning.
That was beautiful. Beautiful.
On a breaking ball from Almonte, we head to the bottom of the 8th. 9-5 Otters to score. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The tri-state area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
91.5 WUEV Evansville.
Wear it, but we don't have it.
Bossy Field, as the Evansville Otters lead the Washington Wild Things by a score of 9-5. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call.
And catcher Erickson just threw the ball to second base. A bad throw. The second baseman went to hop it up, and it bounced right off his knee and then ricocheted about 50 feet into right field. I bet that second baseman's knee's hurting him. Mr. Hughes.
Going to bring up Maselli, then Gould, then the top of the order in Cronin. Maselli reached on a fielder's choice his last at-bat and scored a run later on in the inning. First pitch to Maselli is a called strike on the outside corner from Nick Durazzo, who pitched for the Southern Illinois Miners last year.
Maselli came in last night and pitched hit for Ryan Long, got a base hit and an RBI.
That's right. Next pitch, field umpire Mike Fitcher says that Maselli did not go around.
Yeah.
So the count, well, maybe he did. Now the count is
2 strikes. I don't know. I didn't see the umpire at all. But 2 strikes are up on the scoreboard.
Computer says 1-2. Scoreboard says 0-2.
Well, we have been known to have the scoreboard misunderstand.
Sure. So now the scoreboard says 1-2. Computer says 0-2. That last pitch was a ball. Right. There we go. Now 1-2. The pitch. Maselli doesn't go around, and now the count is even at 2. Right. Deuces have been a little wild.
Yes.
Thursday, and fireworks night here at Bossy Field.
And they're still here waiting for the fireworks, although we've had most of the fireworks during the game.
Yes, 3 home runs hit by the Otters, 2 by the Wild Things. Ryan Long and Rob Calabrese each with 3 RBIs.
And the Otters with 12 hits all total.
9 runs, 5 runs on 7 hits for the Wild Things. The payoff pitch.
Strike 3.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Maselli goes down looking.
That is something I never appreciated. When the batter's got 2 strikes and then just walks away slowly, he's conceding he knew it was a strike. Well, then you should have swung at it. Anyway.
J.J. Gould to the plate. He got called out on strikes his last time up. He's got a walk, a run scored, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch to J.J.
Ooh.
Fly ball, right center field. And this will be caught near the warning track by Roa for a long out number 2.
Right. I would like, if I may, Dave, I'd like to say hello to my wife, my beautiful wife. 63 years, and again, as we spoke, she's in bed, can't get here. It would have been a fan, or is a fan. It would have been eating her ice cream every 5th or 6th inning, but sweetheart, I love you.
And we hope she's all right. We really do. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your wife. David Cronin to the plate. Something tells me she was a really big fan of coming here.
Oh, she was here, you know. In 1956, she used to wait for me outside that gate.
Oh, man.
And then, of course, since I've been with the Otters, she generally sits down there and waits until I descend this stairwell.
0-1 the count to Cronin. The next pitch, called strike. Or a ball, excuse me.
Yeah, she waited for me back in 1956, and she's still waiting for me now. In fact, she's waiting for me to get home, too. But we spend more time at the doctor's offices now.
The 1-1. That would be a called strike, too, on the outside corner. We see Otters fan Nick Drake down there on the first base side, waving his flag. Arguably one of the best Otters fans here. The 1-2, ground ball, fielded by Franco at third. Rifles it over to first base to Fernandez in time for the final out of the inning. Last chance for the Wild Things as we head to the top of the ninth. 9-5 Otters to score. You listen to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The local Pepsi Bottling Group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi Bottling Group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Otters baseball, Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. Top of the ninth. Otters lead this one by a score of 9-5. We got a new pitcher for the Otters, the man from Berwyn, Pennsylvania, Taylor Wright, the man from Brown University.
Brown. Oh, an intellectual.
Yes.
Brown.
Went to Episcopal Academy for high school.
Oh.
Coming into this game, he has a 1.63 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and only 3 walks in 11 innings pitched.
There was a player that was drafted, and I don't remember who, when, where, but he went to Brown because his father went to Brown.
Got it.
And as much as they offered him, it was a number 1 draft by whoever, what club, but the father said, no, he's going to Brown, and he's going to enjoy college life like I did.
All right.
So
Wright will face 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup for the Wild Things. Wright, one of the better relievers for the Otters coming into this outing.
So when you said 7, 8, and 9, most people will say, oh, that's the bottom of the lineup, therefore that's an easy out.
Not necessarily.
That's right.
It's always hard to close out a game.
Right.
It'll bring up Erickson. And the first pitch to Cody Erickson is a
You don't take nothing for
strike.
granted. If I was in this situation, I'd rather see Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, and Lou Gehrig come up.
That's murderer's row.
Oh, I know, but you know they're going to hit the ball. Whereas 7th, 8th, and 9th.
0-1, a called ball. off the off-speed pitch from right.
Yeah.
Count now even at 1. Line up on the left side of the rubber. Erickson is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, a strikeout, and a fly out to left field.
Lack of communication here. Calabrese went out.
Try to settle him down. Wright has a good fastball and pretty good off-speed pitch. He likes to throw the splitter.
Oh, that's what he just threw a second ago then. A splitter.
Yep. Takes a deep breath. From the belt, Wright will kick and fire. That'll be in the dirt once more. Count moving to 2-1.
What does he throw besides that? Does he have a curveball?
If he does, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, that was looked like a curveball in that particular one, or that splitter really dropped. Yeah,
okay.
Split.
2-1, swing and a miss. Count going even at 2. 9-5 Otters the score. They've hit 3 home runs tonight, 2 of them by Rob Calabrese. Ryan Long also having 3 RBIs tonight as well. 9 runs on 12 hits, the 2-2. Fly ball
Get out
in
of the
the
way.
infield.
Pitcher, get out of the way.
Long will call off everyone and make the catch for out number 1. It'll bring up Blake Adams, the left fielder. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 flyouts. He's made some pretty good plays out there defensively in left field. He robbed Ryan Long on a diving catch.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ryan got back at him getting those
RBIs.
3 RBIs, yeah. A double and a single.
Yep. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss from right.
That looked good.
Count moving to 0-1. Heard the pop of the mitt from Calabrese on that pitch. Right from the belt, the 0-1. Ground ball to Cronin at second. Backhands it, throws it over to Phillips.
He may be safe.
Stretched his legs, made the catch, and that is a quick 2 outs.
Sometimes you don't have to stretch.
That ball may have been high, so Phillips didn't know if he needed to adjust
I know, that's why I didn't know if he was going to be safe or not, whether he brought that leg over off the bag.
And to bring up the shortstop, the 9th batter, Ryan Cox. Left-handed batter on the right-handed pitcher matchup. The first pitch from right. Called strike on the outside corner. Count at 0-1. Lining up on the left side of the rubber. Wright will put the baseball behind his back. From the belt, the 0-1. In the dirt behind Calabrese. Count even at 1 with 2 outs. Otters have 2 home runs from Calabrese. They have 1 home run from Dakota Phillips.
And 3 RBIs from Ryan Long.
As well as Calabrese, because he had a 2-run homer and a solo home run.
And David Crone's got 2 base hits.
Next pitch from right is a called strike on the outside corner. Count at 1-2.
Meggs has got 2 hits as well.
12 hits total on the day for the Otters.
Yeah, Cronin, Keith, Ryan. The first 3 batters have each got 2 hits.
That's part of a successful formula. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Right shuts the door on the Wild Things, and the Otters win the game and the series by a final score of 9-5. We'll come back with the totals as you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Since 1994, Slay's Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slay's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slay's Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. This is the postgame show right here on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on a call. And it was a wonderful day for the Otters, both at the plate and on the mound. Randy Wynn.
God bless you. Randy gets the win. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, he wasn't necessarily his best start, but it was a quality start.
Right.
And I think he did pitch well enough to win. The offense provided him with a lot of runs early, starting with the home run from Calabrese. Calabrese hitting 2 home runs tonight, a solo shot and a 2-run shot. Ryan Long with 3 RBIs. Dakota Phillips with at the time, a game-tying home run at 2. And the Otters I think the big inning for them was the 5th, where they sent 8 men to the plate. They scored
5 runs.
5 runs. And I think that was the difference maker. And, you know, when you score that many runs for your pitcher, you give him a chance to earn the win. And it'll be a much-needed series win as they head on the road to face the Florence Freedom in Florence, Kentucky tomorrow.
Yeah, Florence has been kind of tough over the years. Sometimes they got the worst team in the league, and then most of the time they're very competitive, just like the Southern Miners. So between the Miners and the Florence, I think they're 2 of the tough teams that the Otters have.
And I think the Florence Freedom want, in a way, some revenge, because when last time we saw the Florence Freedom, we saw them here at Bosse Field, and 2 of the 3 wins that the Otters won were on walk-off hits.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Hansen on that Friday night of the first game, and
right.
Ryan Long on the 3rd game of the series.
Yeah, you're right. I remember Hansen's fate. Yeah, you're right.
So the pitching rotation, if I had to guess, it would be Beardsley tomorrow, Welch on Saturday, and McGuff on Sunday.
Oh, the Irishman.
Yeah, so it'll be starting, I believe, on the road on the final game of the 3-game set. But as far as tonight, the Otters pitched well, played well. Overall, a great game. 9 runs on 12 hits. The Washington Wild Things, 5 runs on 7 hits. Bill, I'll let you select a player of the game.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to share mine, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm going to give it to Ryan Long for those RBIs, 2 hits, and, good defense. But then I'm going to go to Calabrese with his 2 home runs. I mean, normally, what did Calabrese have? About 2 RBIs prior to this game.
Right, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs.
Yeah, and here he comes up with 2 home runs tonight. So I'm going to share it with them. And anyway, the point I was going to make, I just want to check myself before I say it. I got J.J. with 2 strikeouts, Marcelo with 1. Okay, Keith with 2. So that'd be what, 5? 5 strikeouts. That is what you need. You've got to have less strikeouts and more contact with the bat. And that's what happened tonight with 12 hits. They were swinging the bat, making contact, and the ball was going through. That one inning, what did we have, 5 hits or something, and they were bleeders going through the infield.
That's right.
So, I mean, they weren't line drives over the...
that must have been the 5th.
It was the 5th inning. Yeah, they got all those things.
Single home run.
Right. And so, anyway, they made contact. They were swinging the bat. They played good defense. I thought Randy was respectable. There was just 1 inning too long. That was it. You could see he was tiring. And as I said to you, Dave, it'll all depend on how the batters hit the ball. If they hit it solidly and rip the cover off that ball, then you get them out. And that's exactly what happened.
Now, if I had to narrow it down to one, I was going to give the edge to Calabrese. So far this season, we haven't seen a single player hit 2 home runs.
Well, not yet. No, the season's young.
Right.
We've had Otters hit 3 home runs in a game.
Yes.
But, no, Calabrese, like I said, I have to share it. Now, is that they both get steak dinners or not?
Well, they get a lunch on the bus ride tomorrow to Florence.
Oh my God!
Well, I'll let them know on the bus tomorrow that they deserve steak dinners.
Well, make sure to get a double slice of bologna.
Yeah.
If I may add, this
sure. Good.
Got nothing to do. When I was coaching at Asheville University in Clinton, Iowa, I'd go down to the kitchen and I say to the cook there, make sure you put a couple extra slices of bologna and cheese in those sandwiches.
Well, if you can't hear, there are fireworks in the background. It was Thirsty Thursday and the first fireworks night here at Bosse Field. I guess that's our cue to get out of here. Bill,
yeah,
I'm on a 9-game road trip, so I'll see you in a couple weeks. I won't see you until the 11th
until the cows come home.
Yeah, the 11th of June. So enjoy your time off and say hello to your wife for me.
There'll probably be a lot of doctor's offices I'm visiting. Anyway, Paul, have a great one. Talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you to our engineer, Paul Mattingly. For Bill McCune, I'm Dave Nguyen. Otters win by a final score of 9-5. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:05, first pitch from UC Health Stadium in Florence, Kentucky. Have a good night, everyone. Dave Nguyen signing off.